welcome to the Dugout Dad's live local sports podcast, episode 15, I believe, Jonathan.
I believe that's right, 15.
I'm your host, Michael Hughes, and my co-host,
Jonathan Parker.
where our skills are questionable.
But our spirit is unstoppable.
Jonathan, a special episode here tonight for our Dugout Dads, our last episode of 2024.
Last episode, holiday season's right around the corner. So, we wanted to get this out of the way and celebrate our student athletes. And man, I'm so excited. I've looked forward to this episode all week long. Just happy to be here
Yep,
and
happy to be
ready to
here
close out 2024.
and ready to do that. And we got some great giveaways. If um, anybody comes in, can put your name in the drawing for giveaways while you're sitting here. We'll get Maddox to give them out. Go around Maddox Parker, if you will, give them out and let everybody sign in. And whoever's here, we'll put their name in for a drawing.
Absolutely.
So, Jonathan, we'll start over. We'll start tonight. We're gonna, have a special episode here. We're gonna highlight our student athletes. If you want to be here, we want you to be here. Come on out to No Bells. We'll be here till 8 o'clock. Come on out and join us. We got some great giveaways, Jonathan. We've got some good stuff to give away.
Yeah, it's got a lot of great stuff to give away. So, uh, you know, come on out. So let's celebrate.
It's gonna be a good time, and we'll start tonight, Jonathan. We're gonna touch on a little high school basketball from the inter-county action that happened this past Friday night. We'll touch on some college football playoff, and then Jonathan, I'll let you touch on the Blue Cross Bowl. That was this weekend, big weekend for high school football to finish out the 2024 regular season. Um, a lot of great games, and one to highlight. Here locally, Macon County goes out and just really dominates a Memphis Melrose team.
It was a very, I think they had like 41 yards in the first quarter. And then late in the fourth, I think they surpassed over 300 yards. Shout out to Kyle Shoulders and his coaching staff. First trip to the Blue Cross Bowl, and they come away winners. So congratulations to them. Would love to have Kyle come on the show, or some of the Borders kids, or anybody up there. Would love to have you guys come on and discuss the exciting times that's going on in Macon County.
Yep, and then you look at the nightcap in 6A, had your Oakland Patriots go ahead and take down Houston, who took them down last year.
Yeah, and you look at it, Michael. Oakland scored 9 points last year against Houston. They surpassed that in the first half, and very dominating performance. I think it was 14-14 at half, and then Dwan Morris and the Stott kid just kind of, or Stud, I think his name, just kind of took over in the second half. The UT signee Dwan Morris had 3 touchdowns. Just a very dominating 6A, and congratulations to Coach Creasy. Another local prior coach close by here in Trousdale County. I saw his son Kyler grow up in that program, and from the time he was knee high to a football, he was out on the field. And I watched a video today, very emotional. Coach Creasy talking about his son Kyler. But man, congratulations to them. Another dominating performance for Oakland. You just can't say enough about what Coach Creasy has done for Murfreesboro, Oakland, and over his time in the TSSAA.
No, and my wife shared a photo with Kyler. My wife's really good family friends with the Creases and the Dillahays, and shared a picture with Kyler when Charleston County won their championship. Kyler's holding the trophy up, and then turned around last night and put the two together. He finishes his high school career as a state champion.
Right. They were there last year, runners up, and just kudos to them. And I know Coach Creasy and his family are all super excited.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and run down the rest of those scores, we can go right ahead.
So in Thursday's matchup, you had the Division II, and it started out with AA with CPA. Man, taking care of business against BGA. A very run heavy. I think the kid had over 300 yards rushing. Just a very great performance there from CPA. In the single A championship in Division II, you had Nashville Christian 49, Columbia Academy 21. The highly touted Jared Curtis is being looked at by a lot of SEC schools. Had a great day behind center. So congratulations to Nashville Christian. And then the nightcap was a really good ball game. And when you look, I think we discussed it. Max Preps had Baylor and McCallie as the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state of Tennessee. with McCauley coming out winners 27-21 in a really good game.
And if you look at it, Baylor went up 21-0,
21 nothing.
and McCauley come back and scored 27 unanswered
Yes,
to win the game.
absolutely. And then you flip to Friday. We started out with the 3A championship, and man, what else can you say but Alcoa winning their 23rd? That's right, you heard me right. 23rd state title and 10th in a row. Again, beating Westview 40-21. And I'll say this about Westview: you will hear that name again because that quarterback Graham Simpson, the freshman quarterback that's got I think they 56 touchdowns and one interception. You know, the kid looks the part, but man, what other superlatives can you say about Alcoa? I just Gary Rankin with ties here locally led that program for years and won state titles, and then for them to come on win their 10th in a row, and this is their last year in 3A. They move up to 4A next year. So congratulations to that area and Alcoa, and man, there's not a lot else you can say. When you win 10 in a row, you're pretty dominant program.
You know, and you look to see them move to 4A, next year, and you look at the 4A game, which was Macon County. Then you look at a Macon County Alcoa matchup, possibly for that 4A championship. Alcoa is just going to reload anyway.
Absolutely, absolutely, and not only Macon County. You look, the Alcoa is going to come in this area. You got Upperman, you got White County. There's a lot of those 4A teams that are in this surrounding area that you may catch Alcoa here pretty soon. So, not that I think you want to, but you may catch them. And then, of course, Friday, the second matchup, kind of a surprise to me at how dominating Mace was. A team out of Memphis, you expect they're going to be a lot of athletes on the field, a lot of speed, and man, it was. Mace kind of let South Pittsburgh hang around and then shut them out in the second half. Just a very dominating performance by Mace, and I believe I heard they move up to 2A next year, so that's another team to be locally interested in as well, with them moving up to 2A. And then the 5A championship, huge surprise here to me. Uh, Page had only given up 26 points the entire year. 26 points the entire year. And then faced a Sevier County team, kind of a high powered offense, big up front, and kind of dominated the game. And then won the game on I think it was a fake punt. Uh, so again, shout out to Sevier County and beating Page. Unfortunately, that was Page. That was I think their fourth runner-up performance, fourth consecutive. So shout out to Sevier County. And of course, we talked about Macon County and Melrose. Of course, Macon County with a big 45-14 win in 4A. The 2A matchup pitched Marion County versus Milan. Marion County, kind of a offensive juggernaut. We knew going in, but they only scored 17 points against a very good Milan team, but still ended up winning 17-7. And then, of course, the 6A matchup in Oakland beating Houston 42-20. And crowned 9 state champions, a lot of excitement. And listen, guys, even if you finish second, it's still you had a great season and a lot to build on.
Yeah, and once again, the 2024 high school football season's over. We move on. We transition over into basketball. We'll talk about that in just for a couple minutes, but we've got to thank our sponsors too. Our title sponsor, Kobe McKinney with Underwood Realty, Pizza Hut for being our coaches segment sponsor, hashtag Hollies and be the gift of for our player of the month now for
Yes.
basketball.
Yes.
Be player of the month for basketball, and then Infinity Promotions once again for uh, sponsoring all of our swag and our tablecloth here and everything for them. We appreciate those guys. So we're going to turn over, into basketball and talk about the inter-county matchup, Jonathan, Friday night that we had the pleasure of getting a broadcast. Our first live broadcast of basketball, and man, we had such a good time doing it, and I really enjoyed doing that.
Yes, I do too. And thanks again to AD Basel for letting us come out there and do that. I had you know, like we talked about, I'm not perfect. It was my first time, but I really enjoyed it. I hope we brought you guys something and saw two really good matchups. It was split. Gornsville wins by about 30, and then I mean Smith County wins. The girls win 70. What was it?
79 to
79,
45,
79, 45, and then the Gordonsville boys in a really close matchup,
54 to 48.
54-48.
And you look at, we'll talk about the girls here just for a couple minutes. You look at the first half of the Gordonsville Smith County girls game, and it was a close ball game, right? It was back and forth. It was a lot of defense, and the running up and down the court there, and it was a close game at the half. And then turn around into the second half. Smith County kind of really took over in the third period.
They did, and I was very impressed with what I saw out of both teams. The girls very fast paced, very up and down the court, both sides. But again, we're going to touch on Emery Jones. I touched on her the other night. Man, she was very impressive to me, uh, doing it all on both sides of the court, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and you looking at the Smith County, the lady outside, look at the scoring. You had Emery Jones, who led the team with 20 points, and then Carly Ramsey uh, goes 7 for 7 from the field and has 18 points. And then Kaylee Dixon, a freshman, comes in off the bench to score 10 points.
Yes, I mean, you look at the stat sheet and it was full.
And you look at, you swap over to the Gornsville side. Gornsville had a couple of people that led them in scoring, and we talked about Liera Baines comes in the second period and scores 9 straight points for the Tigerettes to lead them in scoring with 12 points. But she had 9 straight points, one off a three free throw where she got fouled on the 3 point line, then hit back-to-back threes for the Tigerettes.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it on the other night on the game that it's a lot of young talent. There's not a lot of seniors, so you're going to see these girls for the next few years around this area.
Yep, and you look at Smith County girls right now; they are 6-2. Uh, Coach Farrell's got those ladies; they're playing really good basketball right now.
Yes,
And
they
they're
are.
going to get better. They're ranked in the state right now. I think it was eighth the last time I saw it. They're ranked in the state. Um, and then you look at Gornsville, the Tigerettes with a new coach, Coach Brock. They're 2-3 right now. But when we had Coach Brock on, last month, and we talked to her about her, a little bit about the high school team as well. You can see the style of basketball she wants to play.
Yes, and she's going to get her players in play sooner rather than later. She was playing her daughter the other night, an eighth
An
grader.
eighth grader.
She's got the size, she's got the frame. She's going to be a problem for years to come.
Then you flip over to the boys side of the boys contest, and it really surprised me because I expected more scoring in that game than what it was, and it was kind of more defense than it was scoring. And Gornsville wins 54-48 behind Carter Gibson's 18 points. Um, that kid comes off the bench, and what a basketball player.
What a spark plug! I mean, you look at it. We kind of talked about it. Gornsville wanted to play half court offense, slow the ball down, drain the clock, and that was kind of the strategy that was going right along. And then at the end of the third quarter, I think that kid only had maybe 3 or 4 points, and then he scores 15 or 16 in the last probably 11 minutes of the game. He was the deciding factor for me. A very exciting. Kid's got a great shot. He's quick off the dribble, and he's going to be a problem in that classification.
Yeah, and you look at it though, you could definitely tell by that game the brand of basketball each team wants to play.
Yes.
Gornsville is a senior-led team. Their offense kind of slowed it down just a little bit there and wanted to go with their own pace. Smith County with the younger was want to run up down the floor.
Right.
But if you look at it in the first half, Gornsville really controlled the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
They controlled the game, and then Smith County makes a heck of a run to get within 5 in the second quarter, and then take the lead by 5 in the third period. And then Gornsville, I feel like Gornsville's senior leadership kind of took over in the fourth period and kind of closed out Smith County.
Right, and you look at it from the standpoint, there was a lot of sophomores and freshmen playing for Smith County. That first Gornsville Smith County game, butterflies, jitters are going to be there. And that was kind of what I saw in the first quarter. It seemed like that they were playing tight. They weren't as fluid as they were maybe later on in the game. They started to let the game come to them, and they started playing better. They started making their shots. Gage Gibbs had a great third quarter. Cohen Rigsby had a great third quarter, and Tyler Jones. I mean, I believe if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong, but he led all scores. I think he had 18 or
19.
19. So, and a lot of those came in the second half.
Yeah, and you look at going down the scoring sheet, the stat sheet for Gornsville, you had Carter Gibson with 18, who went 7 of 9 from the free throw line there. In the fourth quarter, he fouled him, and he had a nice silky stroke. And you got Brody Sykes with 10, James Peoples with 10, and then Tucker Smith has 9. But the thing that impressed me the most is Dornsville shot 50% from the field. In high school basketball, that's pretty good.
You shoot 50%, you're going to beat a lot of teams, and you get late in ball games, you're going to get fouled. So making those free throws late for the Gibson kid, that just is going to give him more confidence. It's going to give the coaching staff more confidence. Hey, late in ball games, we're just going to throw it to you, get the fouls, go make the free throws, and let's ice this game down.
And on the Smith County side, you had Tyler Jones, who had, like you said, 19 points, but hit 4 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
He had 4 threes, and then Gage Gibbs comes off and has 12 points, and Lucas Cornwell, a freshman, with 8 points. Gage probably didn't have his best shooting performance. Went 3 for 15 from the field, but still had in double figures in points. But you definitely can see the kind of basketball that Coach Basile really wants to do with those guys.
Right, and I'll be excited to see once the calendar turns to January, February. Once this Smith County team gets a little bit more experience under their belt, they're going to be a problem because there are scores. They're big inside. So Coach Basel's they're going to work on that. And this matchup may be a little different when it's played a little later on in the year.
Yep. So Jonathan, I think while we're here, we'll go ahead and do our first giveaway of the night if you want to.
Sure.
And here, I think we're going to do something, guys. We're going to, if you're watching and listening on Facebook, if you throw your name on there, tag yourself, share the post. Matthew, can you see that and get them? We'll get them entered in the drawing as well. But our first drawing of the night is Maddox Parker. Where's he at? And once again, we want to thank everybody that donated gifts for us tonight. We appreciate everybody. We'll go through the list of who all gave when we get finished.
So, Michael, our first giveaway, we're going to do a gift card from 615. We thank 615 for donating.
Is there one or two in there?
Oh, there's just one. Okay. Donating a gift card. Ran by there the other day. They have great drinks, and we certainly appreciate them donating to us. So our first winner is Tyler Testa.
Tyler Testa. All right. We'll give that over. Maddox, if you'll hand that to Tyler there. Thanks for coming out, Tyler. And once again, appreciate 615 on that. And if you want to be entered in our drawings, if you're watching our Facebook Live right now, go ahead and drop your name in there. We'll get Matthew to put your name in the hat. We'll go in for the next drawing. And we got quite a few drawings. You want to
do another one?
Go ahead and do another one?
Sure. So we have a $25 gift card to Rojas. Miss Abby Brinkley.
Well, Abby wins the Rojas.
And guys, if you're here at No Bells, feel free to put your name in this bucket, and we'll draw out some more names.
So once again, we appreciate everybody doing that. Like I say, if you want to drop your name on the post there, we'll get your name entered in for our rest of our drawings. We got quite a few. We got some good stuff to give away tonight.
Yes, we do.
But moving over to the highlight of the weekend is the college football playoff.
Absolutely.
You had your championship games this weekend, and then you had the college football playoff show today. I don't really think many surprises outside of one. Everybody in the country thought that Alabama would actually make the playoff, and SMU took that spot from them.
And I'm going to venture to say there's a few Alabama fans out there right now that are probably a little, as they like to say, butt hurt a little bit. But you lose 3 games, you don't deserve to be there, in my opinion. You look at it in the standpoint of they didn't play yesterday, but they shouldn't be. A team should not be penalized because they had to play in a conference championship game, and I think that's what the committee wanted to do. And yes, on a neutral field, Alabama's probably a favorite over SMU, but I think they got it right. I think they do need to look at maybe changing the way the seating goes. From my perspective, and I think they talked about it, it should be 1 through 4. It gets the buys because you've got a Boise State and an Arizona State getting buys that are probably underdogs to most of the ones right now that are in the top 12.
The one that we really cared about more about anything was the Tennessee Vols, right? And now they go into Columbus to play Ohio State there at Ohio State in the horseshoe there, and um, you kind of can see it go both ways. You kind of felt like Tennessee probably should have had a home game with Ohio State's last loss to Michigan at home to an unranked Michigan team. You kind of thought that they would drop below Tennessee, but the committee didn't see that.
Well, and for me, I just don't understand the committee's thinking about they jumped Tennessee and they didn't play this weekend, and neither did Tennessee. But Penn State lost, and Alabama and I'm sorry, Ohio State got rewarded for that. So kind of confused with that, and yes, would have loved to have seen uh, Tennessee get a home game. But here's the thing: doesn't matter if you're one, doesn't matter if you're 12. You're going to have to beat who's on your schedule. You're going to have to beat who's in the playoff, and you just keep winning. If you're Tennessee, just keep winning. Yep, you probably got one of the tougher roads because if you do survive Ohio State, you got to play the number one seed, number one overall seed, in an undefeated Oregon. But from my perspective and what I've said from this point going on, the run game travels. Tennessee can run the ball. Defense travels. So I really think that Tennessee versus Ohio State matchup, I think it's opened up as Ohio State favored by 7.5. I'd take that running, but I think the run game for Tennessee, their defensive front, can really be a problem in this playoff.
Yeah, I do too. And you heard Kirk Herbstreit say today that he fully expects Tennessee's run game to give Ohio State problems. Um, but one a matchup that I'm pretty interested is the Penn State SMU game. SMU came back last night and almost had a chance to win that game, and um, Clemson had a great kickoff return there in the fourth quarter, and hits a 57-yard field goal to
Yeah.
win the game. You don't see very often. Kid's longest field goal of his career,
Yeah.
the longest field goal in the ACC championship game ever. Um, but then you look at SMU and that's and going to Penn State. That's Penn State may be in trouble.
Well, I was back and forth between SMU and Clemson, and then watching Penn State and Oregon, and of course I went and watched Penn State play Purdue, and their offense kind of sputtered. And from what I've seen from Penn State all year, that offense just doesn't get going. But last night it did, and their offense was very impressive, scoring a lot of points against an Oregon team, which again, I'll be honest with you, they're on the West Coast. I haven't seen a lot of Oregon games, but in the past, Oregon has always been give up points. So they score a lot, but they also give up a lot. So it was, the Warren kid that's the tight end for Penn State. He's a problem. He's very athletic, very lanky, very tall. So that for me, the 6-11 matchup has got the easiest path to get to the Final Four for sure because you win that game, you play Boise State. But for me, I think the matchup for me is Notre Dame, Indiana. That is an in-state. I'm sure there's no love lost there. I'm intrigued by that 7-10
Yeah.
matchup. And then, of course, you win that game, and who knows what the health is of Carson Beck moving forward for Georgia.
But I sit there and you think about it, and I heard it on two or three different matchups today, talking about the weather and the forecast and being cold. These guys play in cold weather all the time, right? You look at Ohio State and in Notre Dame and Indiana, even Penn State. Those guys they play in cold weather all the time. It's not going to affect them at all.
Weather does not bother these guys. They're so conditioned athletes. I think they try to these commentators, spectators, they reach for things, and we probably do the same. But these are conditioned athletes. They're pampered some, and we understand that. But they'll be ready. It doesn't matter 1 through 12. They're going to be ready.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and this is going to be a really highlight of the college football year. This new 12-team playoff, and you say it'll change. They'll do something different next year. Um, and maybe revamp, like you said earlier, how they actually get these seedings. Because I do, just being a Tennessee fan, I do feel like Tennessee got slided a little bit. Um, but I guess most Tennessee fans do.
Most Tennessee fans do. And again, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're one, doesn't matter if you're 12. If you to win the national title, you got to be it's some variation of those 11 teams. So you just got to go out, play one game at a time, and take care of business.
Yeah, and we sit there and talk about the Georgia and Texas game last night. You look at Georgia and Texas, and I fully expected Texas to win that game. Going in, I picked Texas to win, and Georgia comes out, and you would think with Beck getting hurt at the half that Georgia's going to have a little fall off, and they didn't have a fall off. Their backup came in and had a heck of a second half.
He did. He played a really good second half. It's one of those things. I feel like with the talent that Georgia has, Stetson Bennett was a game manager. Carson Beck's probably a little bit better than Stetson Bennett, but for that team, they're so good defensively that you just don't need to make mistakes, and that's something that Georgia does not do to themselves. They don't make those crucial errors that cost them ball games. And then again, ETN last night got back in, and when Georgia has their running game, they're going to be a problem.
They are going to be a problem. You're right, and you look at the Notre Dame Indiana game that's going to play Georgia. And I don't have exactly where they play. You know what bowl game they play in? I think it's down in here somewhere. But you look at going to Notre Dame or Indiana that's going to play Georgia. It really depends on what Georgia team shows up, right? Because you've had some Georgia teams like when they played Tennessee that really came out and played a great ball game, and then you play Georgia Tech. It takes 8 overtimes to beat them.
Yeah.
So which Georgia team do you get?
Right, and you kind of throw the when those in-state rivalries, you just never know. You you do play them, but you also most of those kids all grew up playing together, and you just never know what you're going to get in those in-state matchups. It's always some crazy things that happen, and so again, you're exactly right though that which Georgia team shows up, and again, I just go back. Defense in the run game is going to travel in the cold, and again, defense wins championships. So I look for Georgia to be Georgia in that matchup of whoever they get, whether it's Indiana or Notre Dame.
Yeah, me too. And you look at um, it starts December the 20th, fires up December the 20th, and with first game be Indiana and Notre Dame. Um, Tennessee gets a nightcap, on December the 21st, a late game, and I cannot. I'm so excited to see that game. You talk about it back in the day when Tennessee played Ohio State. It's like, no, can Tennessee beat Eddie George? And they come out and they really stopped Eddie George. Now you got to do the same thing.
For a night game in Columbus, it could be snowing, it will be cold, uh, but again, I am excited for that. And the winner of that game, kind of something you never would have seen. You play Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and what an exciting time if Tennessee can win that to go play in the Rose Bowl.
Yep. But Jonathan, while we're sitting here talking, let's go ahead and do another giveaway.
Have another gift card here for McDonald's. I want to thank them for
$25 gift card.
$25 gift card. Miss Emma Holloman.
Emma Holloman, come on over and get your gift card. $25 gift card to McDonald's.
Yes.
We got some names there to drop in the hat, and
Okay.
Something else we're gonna do, guys. All of our player of the weeks, we're gonna get Matthew to write their names down. We'll go ahead and drop our player of the weeks in there as well, and go ahead and give them some stuff. We'll just go ahead and give out and drop them in there, and let's go ahead and just do one more.
Okay. Do a giveaway of some chocolate.
Looks like a Snoopy mug with some Ghirardelli chocolate in there.
Miss Bailey McGuire.
Yep, she'll really enjoy that. So Bailey, you're the winner of our Snoopy mug that your mama will probably get, and your Ghirardelli chocolate. Well, I'll get that to you. But Jonathan, we're sitting there. We really talk about. This show was really about our student athletes, right? And we want to always highlight our student athletes in this county, and we appreciate everybody so far that's come out. The student athletes, our players of the week so far. That's uh, being a part of the show. We get we give out your shirts, and we hope you guys wear them. And we're appreciative of everybody, and you know we want to keep doing this. We want to keep highlighting our student athletes. And we come back. This is our last show of the year. We're going to come back over in January. We're going to really start focusing on basketball, and then we'll transition to baseball after that.
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting things. And Michael, speaking of T-shirts, we did hit our 800th follower over the weekend. So we'll be doing a T-shirt giveaway here in the next little bit, either tonight or sometime this week. So be on the lookout for that as well.
We'll do it tonight, and we'll let our behind the scenes producer Matthew enter it. He'll draw that name for us for that Dugout Dads T-shirt. We'll get that here in just a few minutes.
Matthew doesn't get enough credit. He does so much behind the scene. He is sweating. We're asking him to do so much. He's wiped his brow at least 10 times in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I threw a wrench at him at 3 minutes till showtime just a few minutes ago, and he's like, "Man, what are you doing to me?" So we appreciate Matthew and everything he does for us too. Um, Once again, we want to shout out to the Tiger Football Booster Club and the lights of Long Branch they're doing for the
Mhm.
Christmas lights over there.
Go see those guys.
Go see those guys. Support the Booster Club. Um, they want to trying to help the football program there. Y'all go over and see those guys. They did a good job. They got a lot of people over working those lights. Go see them before they shut down for the year.
And
So
Michael, another thing that it's a great giving time of the year. That's what this show's about. But let's not forget the real reason of the season. You know, he died for us so that we may be saved. So, just let's not forget. I know we get caught up with Santa Claus and the hustle and the bustle of the season, but let's just take a minute to remember uh, the reason we're all here. And guys, the most important decision you'll ever make in your life is knowing Jesus Christ. So
so let's go ahead and we'll drop down. We'll go ahead and just do another giveaway. Hey, we got some more
got
names
some more
first. Go ahead and
names.
drop his names in there, Maddox. Well,
Guys, again, if you're just coming in, we're doing some giveaways. If your name is not in this, please feel free to walk over and we'll put your name in the drawing. We got some nice giveaways.
yeah, Jonathan, I'll draw this one. If you don't announce it, I'll draw this one for us right here this time. We'll go in here and we'll mix them up a little bit up in here. Let's go ahead and do a little mixing up in this joint. All right, what we got next?
We have a volunteer tradition, Tennessee volunteer cap.
All right, and that's going to go to me. No, I'm just kidding. That volunteer traditions hat is going to Addison Gooch. Congratulations, Addison. You got you a volunteer traditions hat there, UT. Um, and guys, we do got two $50 gift cards we're gonna give away tonight. When we get done drawing all the little things, we'll three $50 gift cards. We're gonna put all the names back in the hat and put everybody's be back entered for that $50 gift card. Um, but we're sitting there and we talk about basketball a little bit more, Jonathan, before we do our next giveaway. But um, we sit there and you think about it, and we're gonna have Coach Farrell come on and Coach Bassell come on, and then Coach Bibb and Coach Brock from Gornsville to come over and join us too. Um, you know, if you look at Gornsville basketball, let's talk about Gornsville guys just for a couple minutes, and we talk about it. They're pretty senior heavy. And they're Coach Bibb, go to the state tournament last year, so they're looking to repeat that. Um, and you got four seniors that start for you, and what a way to go.
Yeah, and it was very impressed with. You can tell how much basketball that group has played with because it just seems like a very fluid movement of the ball. Uh, they want to get it inside to Brody Sykes, and they're big men, and he is a big man, and he can take a load. Again, very excited to see and hear what Coach Bibb has to say moving forward. Again, like you said, a very senior laden ball club, junior senior, and so again, it just I know they have to be excited over there with that group.
They are, and I talked to Coach Bibb the other night after the game just for a couple of seconds, and he was excited about what he's got, the guys on his team, and he's got a lot of depth. If you look down their roster, I mean their bench there, they had 10, 12 kids on the bench.
Yes, yeah. I mean, and you can't have enough at times. You never know. And again, Jay Foster is still down from football injury, so you're going to get him back later on in the year, hopefully. So again, that's just going to add another uh, potential all-star caliber, all-region type player to that lineup.
It is, and then you talk about the girls' side of the house with Coach Brock, and I really enjoyed when we had a Coach Brock here that night. You could really tell that she loves coaching basketball and loves what
Was
she
it?
does, and man, that she's going to um, get that program turned around and going in the right direction.
Absolutely. And kind of undersized a little bit, so I know she'll want to work on that. But again, you could just tell. I could tell listening to her that night that she knows the game of basketball really well, and she's going to be a very good asset for those girls moving forward.
Yep, and it's going over to the Smith County side of the house. We'll talk about the girls first. And Coach, you look at Coach Farrell, who went to the state tournament as well. So, and he returns a lot of depth for his team, and you saw that depth come out Friday night against the Tigerettes. But man, those girls could be pretty good too.
Absolutely, and Coach Farrell's got a lot of size too. I was very impressed with the freshman Kaylee Dixon.
Yep.
Yeah, Kelly Beth McCarter, Katie Bell McCarter, uh, was hustling all over the court, uh, and that's production you're getting from sophomore and freshman at a very early stage of the season, and they're only going to get better. So I know Coach Farrell is very excited about the lineup that he can run out there. And again, when you've got that depth, I look at it, and I'm going to touch on Tennessee just for a moment in the Lady Vols and the men's program are both undefeated right now. Probably Tennessee's men's comes out this week as the number one seed. But getting back to the high school, you look at what Coach Caldwell is doing at Tennessee. It's kind of what Coach Farrell wants to do with the Lady Owls. It's get out and run as fast as we can, and we're gonna rotate in as quick as we can, and it doesn't. He doesn't mind going 6, 7, 8 deep, and depth is such a key for basketball and quality depth.
Yeah, and you're right, it is. And if we flip over to the Tennessee program, and you look at the Tennessee men. Let's talk about them for just a couple minutes. They're 8-0. They're number one. They're fixed to go into number one after the polls come out probably tomorrow morning. They'll be number one in the nation. At this point in the season, does it's nice to be number one? But if you look at it, man, they are you would think with what they lost with Dalton Connect that they would kind of slow down a little bit, but with the Lanier guy, they've really stepped up and they've been doing more team basketball than they did last year.
And I have been impressed with the Lanier kid uh, to this point in the season. He's just haven't missed a beat with Dalton Connect. Have graduated. He's filled that spot perfectly. So if you're a 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" guard in a lower level of basketball right now, I'm sure Coach Barnes is doing his homework on you.
Yeah, Coach Barnes is definitely doing your home. He's doing his homework, and um, super excited to watch that, man. And in basketball, you look at Tennessee's athletics. Just talk about Tennessee athletics for a minute. They've always traditionally been a football school, right? And then here recently, you turned into a basketball school. But now you're even a baseball school now with winning your first national championship in so many years that now you're kind of a three-headed monster there.
Right. Well, when you'd be remiss, you talk about it being a football school. It's also a women's basketball school for years, and Pat Summit, the legacy,
Yep.
put her on Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, of coaches in any realm. Uh, but you're exactly right. The AD Danny White is doing an excellent, fantastic job. He has hit on every hire so far. There's not any jury out. And Tennessee athletics was down for so long. I would get constant messages from guys that was basically we was the laughing stock of the SEC because we were just such in turmoil, disarray, and but it's not that way anymore. He's come in, he's got the program going in the right direction, and all programs going in the right direction. So it's just an exciting time to be a Tennessee Volunteer, no matter what sport it is.
Like I say, Jonathan, once again, guys, if you're watching live on our Facebook page, drop your name in the comments. We'll get Matthew to drop your name. We're gonna put you in a drawing. We'll get you your gift because we don't give that stuff away because we don't want to take none of it back home
I
with
don't
us.
want to take none of it back home.
Once again, we appreciate everybody who sponsored a gift to give out tonight. And Jonathan, let's go ahead and give out another one.
Okay.
What's our next gift we're giving away?
Our next gift we will do An M&M holiday gift set. Spencer Pops.
Spencer Pops. Sure, your mama would love that for a Christmas gift. M&M's. All right. Good. Once again, we appreciate all of our sponsors that give out stuff, and um, let's go ahead and give out another one.
Okay. We will do, since we're talking about Tennessee, how about a black Tennessee shirt?
All right, we got a black Tennessee shirt. I'll draw for this one right here.
Hopefully they're not in
Abby,
Alabama
did
or
we did we
Georgia.
did we get the Shaw clan? Did they put their names in their drawing?
The Shaw clan?
Give them all one, Abby. Let them all put their name in. All right, so this is for our Tennessee polo, and this was going to go to Turner Booker.
Congratulations, Turner.
All right, sweet. All right, I'll keep them over here. All the ones we won, I'll just keep them over here. Um, well, once again, guys, like I say, if you're following on our Facebook page, drop your name there down there in the comments, and we'll get you entered for our drawings. And Jonathan, as we talked about a few times already, this is our last episode of 2024, and we went 15 episodes this year. I mean, what a run we've had, enjoyable time that we've had doing this, and we look to bring even more stuff to you in 2025.
Well, Michael, we started this, in our office setting, in our home. Uh, No Bells has been gracious enough to let us come out here and have it here on Sundays at 7 p.m. And then, look at what we've done in the last couple of weeks. We've had, we broadcast the Smith County Christmas Parade, and then we done a live broadcast of Smith County Gornsville, the girls and boys basketball. So there's a lot of things on the horizon. There's a lot of ideas that we've got that we want to take this. So we just certainly appreciate all of our sponsors, all of our followers. Again, guys, we do this for the student athletes of Smith County and the surrounding areas. And so, again, if you would like to be a sponsor of a segment, if you would like to donate to us, please reach out to Michael, myself, or Matthew, and we'll get you information on that.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and give out something else. We're going to give out a Dugout Dads
We will
t-shirt.
give a Dugout Dads t-shirt.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do a drawing here.
What you laughing at, Abby?
Dugout Dads t-shirt will go to Bryson Huffines. Oh, he's going to wear it.
So you writing these down?
Yeah. So Bryson Huffines is the winner of our Dugout Dads t-shirt.
I have another shirt here.
All right, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and give it out too.
A very nice Bermuda Sands t-shirt.
All right, I'll let you do the
polo.
You can draw that one.
Donated by White Plains Golf Course.
White Plains Golf Course.
Paxton Hicks.
Paxton Hicks, winner of the polo. All right. Once again, we appreciate anybody that's listened or and liked and shared and followed. Guys, we appreciate it more than you guys know. And Matthew has drawn a winner for our Dugout Dads giveaway shirt for our 800 followers. We appreciate all 800 of you guys that has liked and even commented to give us any feedback, because we take any feedback, whether it be good or bad, because we want to improve this and make this more enjoyable for everybody. And the winner of our Dugout Dads giveaway for 800 followers is Zach Upchurch.
Awesome. So Zach, reach out to us. We want to get a picture with you and let us know what size, and we will schedule a time and get with you and get a picture.
All right.
Congratulations, Zach.
Yep. So what else we got to give away, Jonathan?
Well, I have a very nice, again, another Tennessee cap, another black clover cap.
All right, we'll give out another Tennessee cap here, and we'll get us a drawing in here. Let's see who this is. And this drawing is not you, Matthew. Krista Shockley wins the Tennessee cap. So Addison and Krista both come home with Tennessee caps.
I have another fantastic Dugout Dads T-shirt.
You can't get no better merchandise than that. Throw this up, and we'll move these around and throw these in there. Dugout Dad's shirt goes to Jacob Scruggs, who just threw his name in.
Congratulations.
Maddox, I'm assuming you know him. We'll let Maddox take that to him.
Cool.
Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Writing these down to make sure we have them. So what do we got left, Jonathan? We got about
Dwindling
10
down,
minutes.
Michael. I've got for those of you that don't know, I am a part of another organization. I'm a part of the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition. And I'm board president. And what we do is we provide financial assistance to breast cancer patients who are currently going through breast cancer. And we do something a little different. We help pay for rent, mortgage, and utilities, and an occasional medical bill. So we touch, what we do is a tangible thing. We actually are touching the patients. Not a penny or dollar that we raise goes to cancer research. Our organization started in 1995, and we started a emergency access fund in 2003. And since inception, we've given out $1.6 million across the state of Tennessee. So it's very near and dear to my heart. My mom had breast cancer twice, and so I'm just a very big part of this organization. We hold several events around the state of Tennessee. I've got a couple of gifts here to give away. So if you're, again, we talk about Dugout Dads a lot. I wanted to touch base on this. I haven't yet, but I thought since it was the final show of 2024 that I would touch on it. If you want more information on assistance or want to know how to get in touch with us, if you want to make a donation to us, please look us up at tbcc.org and find out more information. We hold our biggest fundraiser is our golf tournament, and we have a lot of other events around the state, from our Rose Festival to our Whiskey, Wine, and Cider event. So again, we can't do what we do without our volunteers and our donors. So this is a platform for me to do this. So again, without further ado, did you put all the names back in there, Michael? Because
I have not yet.
Okay.
So you go right ahead.
Put all of them back in here.
All of them
on these last few gifts.
All right. We're going to put all of our names back in there. Did you give me Bailey's back?
I did not. Again, these last few gifts, we're going to open it up because we're narrowing down, and we've got three $50 gift cards to give away.
All right. The first gift is our Tennessee breast cancer tumbler here.
Yes, and there's some more stuff in here.
And there's some more stuff in here with it. A couple pins and keychain.
Coach Adam Shaw.
Yeah, Coach Adam Shaw in the house. His wife got a new tumbler.
And Michael, I have a special set of football gloves here. They're pink, and you wonder where I got these. So, again, these are in support of breast cancer. So we're going to give those away as well.
Let me see that, Jonathan. I'll take it out here. I'm going to show it to everybody here. You look at it. It's got actual Tennessee, actually breast cancer awareness, actual football
breast
gloves.
cancer.
And they're Nike football gloves at that. Hope you got a big hand. And the winner of our Nike football gloves,
Jackson Langford.
Jackson Langford. There you go.
Okay. And I have one other tumbler.
Yep.
With some pins and some keychains. Again, guys, these are donated by the Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition. Jackson Scruggs or Jacob Scruggs.
Jacob Scruggs, 2 for 2. All right, once again, guys, we're going to give away our all three of our $50 gift cards now. One of them is to hashtag Hollies and be the gift, and you just got two $50 gift cards. And once again, we appreciate everybody that's listened, liked, shared, gave us comments this year. We just started this, a few months ago, and it's something me and Jonathan really feel dearly about, and we're going to keep doing this. We enjoy it so much, and we can't wait till 2025, and we're going to start talking basketball, baseball, softball. We're going to get into those spring sports.
Spring sports.
We can't wait to do that, and we really appreciate everybody that's had anything to do with the Dugout Dads.
So our first $50 gift card is a Visa. Ashton Scott.
Well, I believe I'll take that one. Ashton Scott, you have just won a $50 Visa gift card. All right, so we'll do hashtag Hollies this time.
Hashtag Hollies.
We'll do hashtag Hollies $50. Let me write that down. $50 hashtag Hollies. We appreciate hashtag Hollies for
Sure do.
donating that.
And this is good for hashtag Hollies or be the gift.
And this will go to Krista Shockley.
Did you mix them up real good?
I mixed them up as good as I could.
So guys, this is our last drawing. It's our last $50 gift card.
I think we got a couple more entries before we do all this. We got a couple more entries that's going to come in here.
Again, guys, we certainly appreciate all the support that we've received over this. We've heard a lot of positive feedback. And we want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we look forward to seeing you in 2025.
We do, and we can't wait till.
I mean, we've got a softball girl in the house.
We do got a softball girl.
Kind of excited to see how her season goes.
Yep, softball college signee, softball girl in the house there. Abby Brinkley's in the house with us tonight, and we appreciate her coming out and watching. And let's see, Matthew, did you get those last two entries? Have we put them in here yet? Did we get Shannon Brinkley's name in here too? All right. Did you get the last one on there too? All right.
So our last drawing,
last gift card of the night, $50 gift card, $50 Visa gift card again.
$50 Visa gift card.
And the winner is Michael Hughes.
Stacy Brinkley.
Stacy Brinkley. We'll make sure Abby gets that and spends that on whatever she needs. So once again, guys, congratulations to all of our winners tonight, and we once again we appreciate everybody that's had anything to do with Dugout Dads and every local business that's sponsored, whether it be Rojas. Go see Rojas. They got some great meals down there. We go to Rojas probably 3 or 4 times a week. McDonald's, 615 Nutrition. We appreciate you guys. The Tennessee Breast Cancer Coalition. Jonathan, yourself, you donated a few things. Volunteer Traditions. My stepdaughter Bailey, donated the hat. Who else we got here? The two $50 gift cards, and then hashtag Hollies once again. We appreciate everybody that donated something for our giveaway this year, and we can't wait to be bigger and better coming in 25.
Yeah, I've got a lot of ideas that I'm going to ponder over the holidays and kick off this thing right in 2025 and hit the ground running with basketball and, hopefully see a deep run by our girls and basketball, our girls and boys here in the county. And again, even our middle school, we're going to highlight them as well. Michael, I know you coach Union Heights. So we're going to keep up with them as well. Tell how that's going as well. So a lot of exciting things happening in 2025.
And look forward to in January. We're actually going to once again live broadcast the county championship games for the middle school.
Absolutely. I'm very excited about that. Got my feet wet uh, doing the high school, so very excited about doing the middle school as well.
Yeah. And once again, guys, we appreciate everybody. Our 15th episode, Jonathan, we got in 15 episodes when we first started this. Never in a million years would I think we'd go 15 episodes and not be sitting in our kitchens doing this.
Maybe 15 minutes.
So we appreciate it. We appreciate everything. Jonathan, thank you. Matthew, thank you, once again for what you do behind the scenes that nobody sees, guys. Matthew does a heck of a job for us behind the scenes, and we appreciate him very much.
And thank you to Maddox for
Yep.
you're kind of our runner. Uh, so when you're here, so really appreciate you as well. Don't want to leave you out. Again, thanks to Nobels for allowing us to be here, and the waitresses kind of uh, dodging our dodging all of our segments and everything. So again,
They'll,
guys,
they'll, they'll probably glad for us to be gone for a couple of weeks.
they can breathe easy because we're not going to
Yeah.
be back for
And then,
for about a month.
once again, we remiss if we don't talk about our sponsors that help actually sponsor the show from the start. That when we first got started, Kobe McKinney with Underwood Realty is our title sponsor. We appreciate everything Kobe's done for us this year. Hashtag Holly's been our Player of the Week, which turns it now to the Player of the Month for basketball. Um, and then Pizza Hut for our coaches segment. We appreciate those guys. And then Infinity Promotions for being our scores and recaps.
So Michael, thank you. Uh, Merry Christmas to all. And guys, let's just have a great, safe holiday season. Let's catch up and watch some football. When we get back, we'll have, uh, I guess we'll be ready to talk about the national championship game. So uh, that'll be coming up mid January. So again,
So once again, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year from the Dugout Dads. Where our skills are questionable.
but our spirit is unstoppable.
Until next time.